Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment in Canada around the world. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm a fellow Rules Institute of Canada, broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage, and I'm your host. Tonight we're going to talk about challenging time in real estate. When the mortgage rates were low, we have multiple bids happening in real estate. Even though for the past 2 years we were in pandemic. 2021 was the highest transaction year in the history of Toronto Regional Real Estate Board. Over 121,000 transactions and close to 1,100,000 average price across all Toronto Regional Real Estate Board. Data available through TREB MLS system. But as we hit 2022, our inflation rate was high. The Bank of Canada decided to escalate the interest rate. I remember that on line of home equity line of credit, I was paying 2.45 as a rate for my line of credit. It has now boosted up to 5.95. So almost 4%. That created a lot of problem for people. First of all, those who stretch themselves to buy a house, to get into the house, and they bought a property at a peak time, and now their equity in some extent has evaporated. Or some cases, when they went for the final closing of the deal, they end up paying more money from their pocket because the appraised value was lower than the APS, Agreement of Purchase and Sale. So it was a mayhem and a lot of challenges, and some cases buyer and seller cooperated with each other and worked with the realtors and lawyers to make sure the deal works out, or price reduction where possible. But some went to default and the litigation, they lost their deposit because they couldn't close the deal. Now with escalation of these prices, the affordability has become a big issue. I'm a principal broker of Canada Express Mortgage, license number 13241. And I deal with the mortgages all the time now. And last week, we have a 0.5% increase. So what rate was good for you at 5.2, 5.3 or 5.4, 3 to 4 year fixed in early October is no longer valid. So now you're looking at 5.65, 5.69, or even 5.68 as a fixed rate for three years mortgage. How are people going to manage this? How long this will continue? And we, based on the Bank of Canada financial report, which I shared recently on my LinkedIn and social media, they're expecting another hike, I believe on 13 December or sometime in December. So that means we're expected to push our benchmark variable rate over 6% easily. Some banks give you a discount on variable. But the escalation is continuing based on the report from economic report from Bank of Canada. I do not see that next 12 to 18 months is going to continue to rise the rate to bring inflation under control. Bank of Canada expect that toward end of 2023, they project that our inflation rate will be 3%, and maybe toward end of 24 will be 2%, which is normal benchmark for inflation. And then it's likely the interest rate will come down. But for now, until 12 to 18 months, we're expecting the interest rates to rise, which create difficulty. Now, if buyers are looking to buy a property, they have enough deposit, they have good income to justify it, and they can buy based on 5% or 10%. The less money you pay, the more you carry the loan. And you have to remember that when you're applying for a loan, you got to have to consider your total gross income. Normal bank will give you GDS 30 to 32% and TDS, total debt service, from 40 to 42%. But some B lender will go up to 48% on TDS. And those options are based on your credit score that you get from Equifax or TransUnion. Depends on the lender, which one they're doing it. So most important thing to make sure that you have an income. If you can buy now, buy it now. Based on the transaction that I'm going to share with you, the October report, all sales transaction and average prices has gone negative for last October to this October, except condo apartment in Toronto and 905 area, it has shown a positive 5.7% increase in condos. You know why? Because it's affordability an issue. They can't afford to buy a townhome. They can't afford to buy a semi or a detached home. So that's why this is it's kind of challenging time for a buyer to decide. But I tell you, if you want to buy now, you better hurry up before the next rate goes up. The more rate goes up, your affordability will come down. Your stress test has increased. Let's assume that they offer you 5.5 as an interest rate. They have to add 2% more as a stress test. So your affordability will be calculated based on 7.5% because they add 2% of the stress test. So this is why it's very important to figure out where you want. And maybe you have to consider going to a smaller town, depending on, keeping in mind travel time. If your job provide you remote access, that means you are able to work away from the office. And a lot of jobs that has moved away from the downtown Toronto or the cities, they are not coming back. They're staying remote. The employer has figured it out that you are able to perform the service remotely. You don't have to rent the space. So they are re-renting the office space, so they don't have to carry that financial burden, and they may give you some bonus or some money. So you work from their home, use your own internet, and you are able to do the job. Majority of them are doing it now. Not every job has returned back to the office. But you keep in mind, because if you're traveling to the office, there's going to be cost. Wear tear on your car, and look at the gas price, average $2 per gallon. So this is cost, maintenance, wear, tear on your car, and travel time away from your family. So you keep all those in mind, or if you're using a Go, keep in mind all the expenses. When you're looking for a mortgage, particularly arranging a financing, there are two things under the MBLLA that governs our mortgage regulation in the province of Ontario, the law. It talks about know your client. That means as a part of being a mortgage broker, we need to know our client. That means what is the financial capacity of our client? And do they have a steady income? And when you recommend someone to the brokerage to get them to pre-qualify, and you may get a referral fee, but you have to make sure the person that you're buying and you're putting an offer for a buyer, he or she can qualify. Because if you don't qualify your client based on this, then you're wasting your time and you're wasting client's time, and you're raising the expectation, then you're not delivered and you have unsatisfied, unhappy a client or customer. So even you go to city-pro.net, click on buying or selling and click on the calculator. There are affordability calculator, the mortgage calculation, your affordability, your CMAC, the fees if you are less than 20%, and also your land transfer tax. You can calculate on our website. It'd be very easy. Okay. So this is why it's very important for realtors. And this is part and parcel with, there was a recent social media complaint about mortgage fraud. I have conducted seminar on that, and you can go to realtycoffeetalk.com or mortgagecoffeetalk.com and listen to that. It gives you the reason for mortgage fraud, type of fraud, and red flags. When you know your client cannot identify, cannot provide employment, is not present to come and see the property, and many other factors that I have in the show, then you have a red flag. And you as a professional also have a responsibility to report to the regulator, whether it's FinTrack or is a FISRA, or you talk about RICO or FinTrack. You have the legal and ethical and legal obligation to report a person who's not telling you the truth and putting a flipping or stealing somebody's ID. That's why the FinTrack form is to physically check the ID and match with the person to make sure that person is the real person who's buying the property, is not flipping for someone else. So this is very important for all of us to understand that if you have a solid income, you have a deposit that's saving. If you own a property or you're buying first-time property, you have evaluation of your property, asset, any price bond or your stocks or RSP, TFSA, all the saving you have. Those are your asset. You declare them. And also liabilities, student loans, car payment, Visa, MasterCard payment, or other credit card that you're using to pay the loan. Those are all liabilities. So when you borrow money from parents or brothers and sisters to put down, if that money needs to be returned, we call them a gift money. If they're gift money not to be returned, then it's fine. Can be used as a down payment. But if that money is to be returned in a promissory note or a gift letter, then there will be a liability. So let's assume you qualify for $1 million and you took $200,000 from your family. That $200,000 you're going to use for the down payment. And since you borrowed it, that means full payment, $1 million, is your liability. Unless the parent give you a gift for $200,000. And those are counted. And then at the end, we pull your credit as a mortgage broker or bank. Pull the credit, it tells us all the history that you have reported. I suggest to all of you, as a consumer, professional, to make sure you update your profile with Equifax and TransUnion, particularly Equifax, because majority of the lender will go Equifax. Very few banks use TransUnion. The important thing is if your information is updated properly, then you have to, when you pull the report, it collects all accurate, up-to-date information. Recently, I had a client, their credit report was 0 because it was not updated. The moment they updated it, instantly it showed up. So this is very important. So your income verification is important. Notice of assessment from CRA that confirms that you have income and you have verified T4A or T4. Then you have asset, your liability, your credit report. Once they all come together, it creates a GDS and TDS. So GDS is a gross debt service. And banks, normal 5 big 6 banks, they will allow you up to 30% to 32% of the GDS. And if your income, gross income, is 100,000, so your maximum mortgage carry you can do is 30,000 divided by 12. That's your monthly mortgage. Based on that, what you qualify is the one you're going to buy. Similarly, if your TDS is 40% or 42%, something close to 42%, if you have a good relation with the bank, 42% they may allow it. Normally, you stay close to 40%. That's the max. That's a total debt service which include all the student loan, property taxes, Visa, MasterCard, mortgages, car payment, property taxes, everything included. It should not exceed more than 40%. That means 40,000 divided by 12, that is the maximum you're allowed. So this is why it's very, very important to understand this. Do not falsify, misrepresent, or misinformation when you are dealing with a mortgage agent or broker to ask for mortgage. There are alternative lending available. As the president and principal broker of Canada Express Mortgage, we have alternative lending. They will go a little bit higher in terms of rate. They charge you maybe 1% or 2% fee, but you can arrange that. Then fabricating, misleading, or providing false or missing information will lead you to fraudulently obtaining a mortgage, and it's a criminal act. And you can get in big trouble. All those involved in facilitating the mortgage, knowing the fact that you can qualify and justify your income, your resources, and you buy the mortgage. If a real estate professional, knowing the fact my client cannot qualify and get him a mortgage, or the mortgage agent collaborate with the industries and everybody to get him a mortgage, what happened? Why is so serious offense? What happened is that our system is established in a way to check the suitability of the product for a client based off honest certification and believe that you are certifying it. This is accurate supported by all the documents. Now, if you said your income was 100,000, but actually you inflated it to 150,000 somehow in collusion with the people, you are defrauding. So this is why it's very, very important for you to check that out, not to provide misinformation that will cause problem. So you apply based on the fact, based on the data that you have. Your income is verified because you have a T4 or T4A or notice of assessment from CRA that confirms that you have declared the income. And also, B lender have some exception in certain way, and they are able to do the financing. Obviously, the rate will be high, but always disclose accurate, correct information. Let me take a call. You're watching Realty Coffee Talk live on Awaz TV. May I help you?
Hi, can you explain the TDS and GDS ratios again? I couldn't understand that very clearly.
Yeah, GDS is a gross debt service, is based on total income that you have. And it does not include your student loans, MasterCards, and other information. And it's about 30% of the gross income. TDS is total debt service, means every debt that you carry is included. All your visa, your student loans, car payment, property taxes, everything. It should not exceed more than 40%. Normal cases, if you have a good relation with the bank, they might give you up to 42% with a prime 6 bank.
That TDS would include mortgage as well?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Mortgage and principal is a standard in GDS. But what they do is they don't include all the taxes, your student loans or car payments, other things that are really part of the total debt service.
Got you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for calling. Thank you. So the gentleman asked about the GDS and TDS. And GDS is, as I mentioned to you before, is the gross debt service. If your income is 100,000, the gross debt service is up to 30% by the Prime 6 bank. And TDS, a total debt service, that means every responsibility, including taxes, student loans, obviously mortgage and taxes, property taxes, all the debt you have, they allow you up to 40 or some cases 42% if you're a good relation. So you need to watch that, and you should pull out your report from Equifax or your TransUnion to make sure your rate is good. All information there is up to date, and therefore you are able to make sure when you're securing a loan, you have an idea whether you qualify for mortgage or not. And this information is available. You can go to Canada Express mortgage.ca. You can calculate that information there, or even city-pro.net. You can calculate that. It'll give you GDS, TDS, total service. It's very, very important to stay informed. Lots of people ignore late payment. If you did not pay one mortgage payment, believe me, it will show up on your credit report, even one payment. So this is why it's very important for you to safeguard your credit score, because that's your certificate to secure financing. They want to make sure you have a steady income. Let's put it this way. When you want someone to give their money to you to buy the house, this is not your money. This is their money. It is on their discretion. It is their criteria they want to use to qualify you. This is why OFSIRO have established stress tests to make sure you are not overextending yourself. During the pandemic 2021, lots of people have tried best to buy the property like they never seen tomorrow. And imagine that what happened. We have declined. Even though I just shared with you the report on my LinkedIn and social media, if you look at that, we have 121,000 transactions in 2021, and average price was about 1,098,000 or 1.1 million, based on 121,000 transactions. This year, up to October 10 million, we have about 67,000 plus transactions through TREB. Okay, and average price is 1.2 million. So if you look at this, number of sale has gone way down, but the average price has increased. Okay, so about, let's say, 100,000. So you still have increased based on 2021 prices. So if you want any specifically, you want to know what is value of your property, give me a call, 416-451-3489. I'd be more than happy to calculate you. It's free evaluation. So you can, whether you should sell it or not sell it, doesn't matter. You can call me, 416-451-3489. I'd be more than happy to guide you. In few minutes, I can give you an estimated value of your property. And also, you are watching Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment, which is broadcast every Thursday at 7 p.m. We're going to take a short break, and we'll come back to you right after the break.
खूबसूरत और दिलकश ज़ेवरात का बेमिसाल मरकज मक्का ज्वेलर्स आपकी खुशियों में बराबर की शरीक, जहां आपको मिलेगी आपकी पसंद की कंगन, चोकर, सतलड़ा, झुमके, चंदनहार, बेशुमार डिजाइन की अंगूठियां और चूड़ियां। तो आज ही तशरीफ लाएं 7086 एयरपोर्ट रोड, मिसिसागा। आपकी ज्वेलरी देखकर लोग यही कहेंगे, मक्का ज्वेलर से लिए हैं क्या?
Welcome to POC Homes Builder Incorporated. We design and build custom homes for landowners, low-rise condo buildings, plazas as well as the industrial sector. We are a registered vendor with HCRA to build homes across the province on Ontario. We provide Tarian warranty in accordance with Ontario New Home Warranties Plan Act.
We build your dream home.
Call us today at 905-904-5353.
And shawarma, now serving from 4 locations.
KK Travel believe in providing everyone the first-class customer service. We take care not only for your air ticket, but dignity and respect as well. We are available for you anytime on WhatsApp, even while you are in Pakistan or any other destination. KK Travels guarantee lowest prices and are open to price match any airline.
We are KK Travels under supervision of Qais Khan at 905-367-9433 or visit www.qaiskhan.travels.com.
डिक्सी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और अप्लायंसेस पिछले 16 सालों से खरीदारों की खिदमत कर रहे हैं। हम लगातार 4 सालों से खरीदारों की पहली पसंद बने रहने का अवार्ड हासिल कर चुके हैं। हम किचनर्स, बॉश, वर्लपूल, एलजी, सैमसंग और जनरल इलेक्ट्रिक के ऑथराइज्ड डीलर हैं। 5 स्टार खिदमत का लुत्फ लें। हम आप सभी को टीवी सबसे ज्यादा रियायती दामों पर देने की गारंटी देते हैं। www.dixieelectronics.ca हमारी वेबसाइट पर जाएं या अभी कॉल करें 905-625-5900। सभी बहुत ही मुनासिब कीमत पर दस्तयाब हैं जो आप बाआसानी से ले सकते हैं। At Dixie, we sell quality and deliver confidence.
Zoc. Now it's fully renovated. Live catering, barbecue, tandoor, जलेबियाँ और फ्रेश नान। तकरीब आपके घर में हो या घर से बाहर, Zoc is providing full service now, and Zoc has opened a new banquet hall, garden event center. आपका Zoc देखकर लोग कहेंगे क्या Zoc है आपका? Call right now 905-625-7786. Zoc वालों के।
Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Ent. My name is Tahir. Qureshi. I'm a fellow of Royal Institute of Canada and broker record for City Realty Inc. Brokerage. Challenging time in real estate? Definitely it is, because you don't know what is happening with the interest rate, how high the interest rate will climb, and what will be my affordability, how much I qualify, can I buy it? Can I afford it? What are my expenses? I suggest to all my clients, create a sheet, your budget. If you don't have one, call me or email me, tahir@city-pro.net or tahir@express-mortgage.ca. I'll send you one. You can Google it. You can have a budget sheet. That way you can calculate your mortgage, your interest payment, car payment, your student loans, payment for the student, car, and all the utilities bill, food expenses, your clothing, your travel expenses. All those are listed. Medicine for your special needy person in the family. You calculate that and you can say, this is my gross income and this is my expense, this is my net income is left for me after paying taxes to deal with other things. If you don't have a house before, then the mortgage payment will not be in your list, but it will be added as a separate calculation. you can go to city-pro.net and go to buying or selling and calculator. You can see the affordability. Put your income there and you see how much you qualify. And then that's your start of seeking your mortgage. You can share it, your own privacy. Nobody knows this information. You put the information, you calculate, and you print out, and that's it. Information is gone. And that way you know how much you qualify. It's also help you because when you are talking to a realtor professional to help you buy a property, if you have not done your homework, you are wasting his or her time as well as yours because you may not qualify for it. That's why it's very important to do your own budget. And also you talk to mortgage broker. Call my office, 905-785-9923 or 9926, or myself, 416-451-3489. I can help you to calculate that, okay? And this is very, very important to create your budget. Idea again is affordability. How far, how much you can carry a mortgage and debt based on total debt that you have, all the payment. You cannot compromise. If you have used funds, you borrowed the money, use the funds, you have to pay them back. So those are your liabilities. And the TDS is help you to calculate the total debt you have. And then you can say, okay, based on this, how much do I qualify? And you get your T4, T4As, your all payments statement, bank statement, where you have a saving, TFSA or the saving account, checking account, wherever the money is, RRSP, collect the statement when you're sending out a request or filling out a mortgage application to a broker, like an our broker. You can go to express-mortgage.ca. You can download our PDF file and fill out the information and send the information to us. Then we can calculate to see how much you qualify. Then you go back to your realtor and buy the property. Otherwise, you are shooting in the sky and you're not going to achieve any positive result and you can have a frustration. To avoid that, do your groundwork, create your budget. This is very important for you to avoid because we have very challenging time in real estate. You still can buy the property now. If you have down payment, you have saved some money, and you know, and you may choose to go a little bit away from the big city, and some places prices come down depending on it, and you can buy it. But hire a fellow of Real Estate Institute of Canada, an FRI or CIPS. I am a FRI, fellow of Real Estate Institute of Canada. You can call me anytime. I can help you. Now, let's talk about October report because it was came in from Toronto Regional Real Estate Board. So I thought I'd share with you. So as compared to 2021 and 2022, 49.1% decline in real estate transaction. We have 9,743 in 21, and we have 4,961 in 2022 in October. And now new listing, we have minus 11.6% decline from October to 21 to 22. And active listing has gone up to 68.1% from last October to this October. We had 7,748 in 2021, and now we have a 13,023. This is a Market Watch for Toronto Regional Real Estate Board. They have the copyright of this report. Now, average price. Now, remember I mentioned to you about yearly price versus regular price. These are average price based on total transaction through the Toronto Regional Real Estate Board. There is another board, MLS system 8, so it's the largest one with the 20 boards. So maybe 5 or 10% transaction may not be included in this figure. So average price in 2021 was $1,155,624 in October 21. And in October 22 is $1,089,428. So you can see 5.7% reduction in price in October to October. Obviously, it's taking list day on the market. it is 61.5%. It used to be 13 days, now it's 21 days. And similarly, property day in the market was 83.3%, and now is 33% from 18 to 30 days. Now let's go back to quickly about the pricing. A detached home price, an average price in October is 1.609 million in 416 and 1,289,000 in 905 area. Similarly, a semi-detached 416 area is 1,219,812, and in 905 is 964,193. So a townhome in Toronto is $3,359, and in 905 area is 895,665. A condo in 416 area is 740,374, whereas in 905 is 669,434. So these are the average prices for these four categories. Let's talk about transaction in terms of percentage of sale and year over year. And is a minus 46% between 905 and 416. I'm going to give you combined 46% for detached home, 48.9% for semi-detached home, 49.3% for townhouses, and condo 53.7% minus. Let's look at the average price reduction. So in 416 was minus 9.9% for 416 in October, 11.8% was minus in 905 area for a detached home, minus 7.6% for semi in 416, and minus 6.3 semi in 905 area. And 905 area is quite big. You have a Mississauga, you have a Brampton, so this is an average. If you want to figure out what the value of your property is, I request you to talk to your real estate professional who can guide you and create a CMA, comparative market analysis for you to find out what the value of your property is. So townhome in Toronto was minus 2.2 in October and minus 4.4% in 905 area. And condo was even, zero increase or decrease in Toronto for condo apartment, whereas price of 905's condo increased in 5.7% in 905 area. So that way you can see that only condo in 905 area were positive increase in 905 area as compared to this. As I mentioned to you before, I'm going to repeat this again, that average price after 121,638 sale in 2021 through TREB was 1,095,335 as an average price. Now you look at after 67,557 transaction in 10 months, average price is 1,203,916. So basically, your price has increased $108,000 if you are looking based on October report. We still have November and December. I do not expect that it will exceed 80,000 transactions this year on TREB Regional Board. You are watching Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment. If you have any question regarding real estate or mortgages, call my direct number 416-451-3489. I have a special deal for you. If you are dealing with real estate, lawyer, mortgage agent, broker, renovator, builder, plumber, electrician, appraiser, mortgage agent, you are involved in real estate industry, I have a special package for you. $500 Call the number. They will advertise you 10 times a day for 30 days. Only $500 plus HST. You have to call 1-888-786-9809 and ask Mr. Javeen that you are a viewer of Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment, and she will give you a special package. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next Thursday on Awaz Entertainment in Canada and around the world. Bye for now.